Morning folks, welcome to an OCC Queensland Daily Weather App today, the 26th of March 2023. My name's Chris Nitzo. This update brought to you by our major sponsor TownsvilleSheds.com. Check them out if you're in the market for a shed, safe accredited shed. Right, we've got a week low out here in the northeastern Coral Sea, and we've got another week low up here in the far northwestern Coral Sea. The expectation is that this low will eventually weaken. What will happen is there's a very weak surface trough that links these two systems up. You can see this system barely recognisable on the far northern edge of your screen. The idea is then that this surface trough will weaken further as it pushes westwards towards the coastline, just increasing the amount of shower activity around the northeastern Cape and areas north of Cairns as we progress into Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. Outside of that, we've got a little stubborn surface trough just inland of southeast Queensland, likely to result in some isolated showers and thunderstorms today. Mostly showers, activity, maybe some very weak storms. Nothing like yesterday. Yesterday was a much more substantial storm day, as predicted. You can see here off the coast of southeast Queensland too, we've got a few showers. Some of those will probably nudge the coast over the next few hours, but that about does us. Oh, and some very isolated showers across the eastern parts of the Torres Strait and the far northeastern parts of Cape York Peninsula. But that about does us for rainfall and weather for today. Let's have a quick look at the convective rainfall. Right, so you can see this morning those little spotty showers just off the coast of southeast Queensland. As the morning progresses into lunchtime, you can see just a hint there of some of that shower activity sort of coming onto the coast. You can see this isolated weaker convection across the general southeast central east region, and you can see some very isolated convective showers here to the south of Townsville as well, and some very isolated shower activity around the northeast coastal ranges. Outside of that, not much going on across the Cape. Very isolated convective activity there. You can see these southeast Queensland showers particularly enhanced around the border ranges there, with maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two popping up around there as well. The expectation as we get into the evening hours, that surface trough not able to create storms at night, so we see the demise of those convective cells through the evening hours. You can see through the night time a little bit of shower activity developing through the Torres Strait region and maybe an isolated shower or two around northeast Queensland. Well, I won't lie to you, it's a pretty boring pattern for this time of year. Remember, this is still the wet season, in case we've forgotten. You can still see some isolated showers across southeast, maybe a couple of storms in there, some isolated coastal showers just sort of coming onto the coast in the next few hours, and a few isolated showers around northeast Queensland and the northeast hinterland areas and the northeast interior as well. Outside of that, some heavier rainfall potential through the nighttime hours across the Torres Strait region. Looking at our winds, those lows and that trough, so that low and that weak circulation up there, they're going to maintain a southeasterly wind flow on the North Queensland coast. You will notice, though, central Queensland winds have eased considerably today, so too have southeast Queensland winds. But unfortunately, North Queensland still under the influence of the low and trough to the south side of that low and trough, which is resulting in that enhancement of winds coming in from the southeast as they interact with a weak ridge to the south. Alright, so that's expected to be maintained throughout today, so a bit of a write-off if you're in North Queensland, particularly far North Queensland when it comes to waters. The good news is those southeasterlies, as this trough begins to weaken, those southeasterlies will also weaken through the week. So fantastic news for the boaties, and fingers crossed, next weekend looking like probably one of the better boating weekends that we've had in the last couple of months. In North Queensland, not so much in Central Queensland, because there's going to be a lot of showers and storms towards the end of the week. If you want to know what's happening towards the end of the week, this is where you go to get the good stuff. Join.ozcyclonechasers.com.au, become a member, support our work, and you'll get access to our longer range forecasts and much deeper level analysis over the stuff that's happening in the next 24 to 48 hours. iWall and iWall Lite allows you to access our videos. iWall also allows you to access all of our computer models and weather graphics. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you tomorrow.